There it is. I hate bodywork.
This is the Legion.
Yo, what's going on? Little update on my Civic. We are starting to prep the engine bay to tidy it up and get a bit of paint on it. Had the degreaser out and just got rid of all the junk that was living up in there and sorted all that. Some people say I don't need to paint it because it actually looks pretty good, which it does, you know, it's actually quite nice. But it's this which is bothering me. If it will get some light and focus. There's all rust started to come through already in a number of places, so I need to address that, and I also need to address the colour difference between all the stuff that was sort of done before and the bit that was left and not touched, so we need to make sure we do that. I've just got back from the weekend doing Carlos's FN2, didn't quite get finished, but we managed to get the engine out and get the new engine built, and we managed to get the new engine in the car. So I came back last night, and today Carl and Brock are finishing everything off basically. So they're putting the aircon compressor on, they're putting the AC, the alternator on, and all that jazz, radiators and all the rest of it, wiring everything up, putting some fluids in it, and hopefully I should get a video later of them starting it up. So I'll drop that in one of the videos, either this one or the one covering the FN2. So it's time to get cracking. One of the reasons why I'm not a big fan of painting. What the frickin' holes you got to tape up? This is just in one wing. Damn, I've got to go and do in there yet. Really loads of massive holes. Shambles, mate.
Join me in this private party. I know that I'm going to enjoy your company, shawty. Chilling in that green summer breeze.
This is going to be one of them jobs where you just think, shit, why did I bother starting this? Every bit of paint I take off, pretty much, there's a lot of rust underneath it. This side is not very good at all. I started with the wire wheel on the angle grinder, and I can see why the rust was coming through, because it was basically just painted straight over it by the looks of it. Well, saying that, it could have been under the original paint. I'm not seeing it, but it's going to take me a little while. Story of my life. Thought I'll just quickly do that. Hey ho, it'll be right in the end. I can't remember where I last filmed, but I've made a bit of progress. All the front end is now in Etch primer. Inside, outside, underneath, in there, all around the inside, underneath the chassis legs, under there as well, because there was quite a bit of rust down in there, so I got rid of that. Everything else is now masked up. There's a few dodgy bits I've got to fix where, I don't know if it'll be able to, yeah, you can see it. There's like a few gouges there where I had the flapper disc to get rid of a few spots of rust, so I need to just smooth that out with some various grit paper, get that fixed. But then you can see all of this is what's got to be prepared now across the back here. There's virtually no rust. There's a couple of tiny spots. There's a little bit just there on the VIN number, but no, it's pretty good. So we need to get cracking because the sky is looking decidedly fucking dodgy today. So yeah, what I will say though is, wow, that camera's filthy. Is that better? What I will say though is, I hate bodywork, like with an absolute fucking passion. It takes so damn long to get all the little pieces masked up. I've used, you can see I've used some tin foil, tape. It just takes forever, mate. So I think I've got through the worst of it now, so hopefully I can just scotch it, get rid of those last couple of little bits of rust, scotch it, flat this all down, and then I'm just going to go straight over all of it with a bit of high build primer. So fingers crossed it don't frickin' rain, eh? What are we doing here, buddy?
So I'm with P320
Right.
sandpaper to smooth all of the lumps in the engine bay out.
Good lad. When you've done that little bit just there as well, look, see there's a bit of a bit there. You can just give it a little gentle run across that, and then I'll get the 500 grit and we'll just finish that off. And then that bit's all good. I want that bit nice because you'll be able to see that when the engine's in. Well, what do we have here then? What we have here is the entire engine bay for the first time looking the same colour. The same shade of grey at least. So we've got the first coat of primer, just about got full coverage. It's a bit light on the back. I've just sort of dusted it over the back there because it's the first bit that it's seen. So I should go over with some high build once this has dried a little bit to get it real nice like. But yeah, we tidied up that little bit down there and the bit that was in the corner there. You can still see the paint, the metal through it, but it's definitely loads smoother, so I'm quite happy with that. Not getting too many bits in it either, which is surprising considering I am literally like outside. It's threatening to storm, so I don't quite know what's going to go on, but yeah, it's looking pretty good. Look at the state of me, mate. I am sweating my sphincter off. So yeah, making freaking progress right now. Happy days. Right, little update. The weather forecast, just my luck, is looking sketchy as. So I stuck a shout out on Facebook and a neighbour come up with a frame that's exactly the same size as my old gazebo that fell down. And because it's not one of the fold out ones, it's actually way more rigid. I'm shaking it, but it's like solid, mate. It stretches the fucking fabric out, beaut. And we managed to get it just far enough over the bay. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, I mean, it's just far enough over the bay that I can drape something over there and stop the rain from getting in. So I managed to put a light up because it is a little bit darker under here. It's much better working in daylight, to be honest, but it is what it is. So now hopefully I can crack on, get this finished without having to worry about all of the rain. So I'm going to get some more primer on it, high build, and then not quite sure what the step is after that. I'm going to have to ask my little mate next door, Jake, bodyshop man, he'll tell me what I need to do, and then ready for paint. Damn. So dusting coat of silver done. First full coat of silver done. Do you want to see it? I'm pretty stoked. You ready? Look at that. I'm pretty freaking happy so far. Literally just got to get one more coat of the silver on, one more full coat. So I'll zoom and focus on that. It's coming out really nice. Can't even see the little repair I did down there now. So that's sweet. And the bulkhead's all now the same colour as the rest of it. She's pretty shiny, man. Can't wait to put the clear on. It's gonna pop. Whoop, there it is. Calling that finished. Well, for an amateur with rattle can tins on his driveway, I am fucking stoked, mate. That is so good, honestly. Way better than the factory paint job, so I'm happy with that. Don't think I missed any bits, but we'll soon find out when I unwrap everything, won't I? Eh? Try not to move around because I don't want to kick any dust up. Yeah, we are finished, mate. Finished. Well, I've been a little bit busy today. Got a few bits back in the engine bay. Paint hardened overnight, or the lacquer hardened overnight. I put the wiring loom back through, put the bonnet catch back on. No clue if she's in the right place, we'll work that out later. The bump stops for the bonnet. Had to figure out what wires went where in the headlights. I've got a headlight in just for now. I've got the left mount in for the engine. I've got the right mount in for the engine. I've got the back mount in. I've got the battery tray, and I've got the fuse box, and I've got the brake master cylinder, or the brake, what do they call that bit? The servo. And I've been round plugging a load of holes. I bought some rubber grommets in various sizes, and when you look up through underneath the suspension tower there, it's like Swiss cheese, mate. It's just full of holes. So I've been around and plugged all the ones that I can see daylight through. I'm just trying to figure out what the frickin' hell the rest are for. I mean, to be fair, I can't remember what the standard bay for this car looks like, because this never had an engine in it or a loom or anything like that. It literally just came bare. Yeah, so I've no clue. So if anyone could tell me why we've got 6 million holes to make it leak like a sieve and allow all the crap from the road wheels to go straight up through the inner arches. I mean, we might as well not bother running inner arches, because it's just going to spray through every single other hole and make your engine bay filthy anyway. Damn. Oh well. Looks like progress though. I've done the hard bit inside on the brake servo and got all the nuts on that, and got the clevis pin through with the R-clip on it. Kills your back, kills your hips and everything else when you're starting to age a little bit. But damn, we're looking pretty good. We've got loads of little bits of painting to do though. I should have done all this before really, whilst the car was just sitting there waiting for the engine bay paint. But I'm going to paint that, I'm going to paint that. I've got to paint all those brackets. I've got to paint all the trims. I've got to paint the rear number plates around. I've got a grill somewhere. Oh yeah, I've got a grill there. Grill needs painting. Wiper blades need sorting out. I'm going to paint the propulsion valve for the brake system as well, just because it's aluminium and I don't want it to... They go funny, don't they? They go like a mottled colour, and they sort of get oxidation on them. Oxidation or oxidization? Anyway, one of them. They go funny and I don't like it, so painting's going to be better, because then they're not going to do that. So yeah, a few little bits and pieces to do. Need to get some longer spacers for this. This is an S2000 clutch master, and with the 20mm block spacer on the front, you can barely get sort of 1.5 threads on inside the car. So I'm going to go and see my old mate Shawnee at Competition Supplies, because I bet you he stocks them on the shelf. So when I get another 5 minutes, we'll get that done. But yeah, really happy with the progress. A couple of days spent. I didn't start till... I actually didn't come out until about like 11 or 12 o'clock on the first day doing the paint. So I rubbed it all down, did all the prep first. Finished about 6 or 7 o'clock, so what's that, half a day. And then the following day I didn't start again till lunchtime, and then I was finished by 4, half 4, 4:45, something like that. So call it a day and a half really, to do the engine bay painting. And then I've just been tinkering today really. I've not had a lot else on, so I've just been sort of wandering about, doing a few bits here and there, not with any sort of a plan really. Had to dodge a couple of storms as well. But that's going to be it for this episode. I've actually had quite a lot to put into one episode for a change. And you'll also see I just did Carlos's FN2 video as well, so that's online now. Go check that out. Do a like, do a subscribe and all that shit. See you on the next one.